A road is an important infrastructure that connects people and communities together. The rapid construction of roads and bridges in Ghana has brought relief to many, especially farmers in rural communities who otherwise would have been stranded or cut off from bigger cities. Extreme weather conditions being experienced in recent times have wreaked havoc not only to people but also communities. But the impact of unfavorable weather conditions to the country's building and road infrastructure is an emerging concern. What has climate change got to do with the construction of roads and bridges in Ghana? I sought answers.
Extreme weather is one of the most dangerous threats to the planet, according to the Global Risk Report 2019 by the World Economic Forum. Now, in 2017, close to 40 million people suffered acute food insecurity because of climate-related risks. Now, disruptions to goods and services due to environmental disasters are up by 29% since 2012. Scientists say climate change makes extreme weather more likely, and the impacts could be devastating.
Ghana has experienced excessive rains in recent years. The situation has led to flooding, hundreds being displaced, and water bodies overflowing their banks. The agricultural sector has greatly been affected. Road infrastructure has not been spared. Some bridges have totally collapsed, while others have caved in partially. Ashanti Regional Director of Highways, Engineer Christian Inti, acknowledged the stress on road infrastructure due to the extreme weather conditions.
The best roads are concrete roads. If it's done well, then it will take you 40, 50, 60 years. Then you go and sleep. But that is, you have to put it side by side, the available resources, and that's why we are not able to go into it the way. But if you go to the Tema area, I think they are changing the scope. They are no more using bituminous surfacing. They are using either pavement blocks or concrete, and that can withstand the stresses.
Ghana has a huge budget in building road infrastructure across the country, including the construction of culverts and bridges. The Ministry of Roads will this year 2019 undertake 42,600 kilometers of routine maintenance activities on trunk, feeder and urban road networks. But there is cause for worry when the investment is fast eroded because the roads do not last their lifespan. Senior Minister Yao Osafo-Mafo believes an effective audit service where auditors expand their scope to revenue audits will help seal revenue leakages.
Somebody makes a road and the road has been designed to specifications. When we say that, it means that in the design of the roads, they have agreed that there should be this level of compassion, there should be that level of sand or stones, there should be that level of asphalt. It's very specific. The design spells everything out. It decides to do 50% of these specifications, but collect the full money, the full revenue. There, the government loses millions, not finding some additional error in something and making so much noise about it. There, the state loses millions and nobody talks about it. Somebody is paid twice what he's supposed to pay based on the work done, and who is to check him?
The Auditor General says his outfit will embark on a procurement and construction audit to ensure value for money in the execution of government projects. Contractors who fail to adhere to specification will be sanctioned.
We shall embark on construction audits, and we are almost there. I'm told they are just about awarding the contract to get the equipment for us. If we get the equipment, Honorable Senior Minister, Assuming this building, if it is for government, we will come and check the size, the height, the width, everything, including testing the wall. And we are also buying the equipment which we have not yet bought, is the asphalt coiling machine, where we can take samples of the asphalt on the road and see whether the thickness is the 8 inches, which is in the bill of quantity, or it is 4. We want to use technology to challenge abuse of public funds.
This road at Susanso in Kumasi, linking the main Kofi Adu highway, was asphalted in 2017. But within the first 3 months of construction, potholes started developing on portions.
As one sweat, it's a drone to top and a bone send in so free. As I say, Banty Pine or more, so Mudru ha, or who such a way sell. Or Mubama, me with the Ramessiaka, Mamma in Kalquahanum, said a bay a cast I can see any drew hands to top blender, a forquine the shwa. Not and soon I was asking us in it now, my quine boo. And now my hair road in the West Iron. Cast I can see any fast ones to top blender, not a papa.
Engineers are taught that water is the greatest enemy of transport infrastructure. And unfortunately, climate change is leading to an increase in floods and storms in most parts of Ghana. Once it rains, the ground cannot contain and absorb water, making it to run off and resulting in so much water on the surface. This is the situation at a recently constructed bridge at Pakoso in the Asokore Mampon municipality. A portion of the bridge is gradually falling apart and the road has developed gullies. A chunk of the asphalt here has been carried away to the other end of the road.
It's too dangerous because that site is a bridge site. And the way that place is spoiled, if you don't manage yourself well, you go in the ditch of the in the bridge side, and it's too bad.
What do you think should have been done? This is a road that was not constructed too long ago.
Yeah, even it wonders me, because the government spent a lot of money on this road and this entire what we call constituency. So it wonders me why this side, even it's not only this side. So I don't know how they managed with the road and they did it, because we have spent a lot of money in this road.
I'm also a trailer driver. I'm using long vehicle. I've always been passing them. That 3 days today, I was coming. Where I come and hit some car, they can't get some accident there. And I also remains small. I also get accident there. If water is coming, you can't pass there unless you wait the water cut finish before you come and pass. So if it's water is coming, sometimes it can affect us from here to here. So we need the person who is going to come and help us about that place.
Roads are key asset for Ghana. They connect villages to economic centers, people to hospitals, children to schools, and goods to markets. When the roads are bad and bridges collapse, livelihoods are adversely impacted.
Climate change cannot be ignored in regular maintenance of pavements, bridges, culverts, and drainage structures. Contractors on road construction believe they build to the best of standards.
We have our brand. I mean, we have high standard. I would say we are like iPhone. We scheme ourselves. So we construct good roads. We can go around and check some of our roads. It's still intact.
Research shows that climate change is likely to lead to a shortening of roads rehabilitation life cycle. Research scientists have acknowledged the effects of climate change on road and building infrastructure in Ghana is a reality.
The effects of the climate change has come as a result of we having now even rainfall intensities which are far greater than what we used to have. And these are certain inputs that we use when we are designing roads. And so what we are experiencing now is totally different, significantly, however small that they may look, but in design, in engineering design wise, it's a bit difficult to use that same approach. And so the approach in the design of our road structures is actually something that we need to deviate from. Then secondly, we need to look at the materials that we use to construct the roads. The conventional materials that we've been using to construct the roads are not able to withstand the weather elements that we are experiencing now. And so at BRI, we are also looking at alternative materials that could be resilient to the climate change effects that we are having.
Ghana's Building and Roads Research Institute has the mandate to provide research and development in the building and road sector of the Ghanaian economy. Researchers here are exploring avenues to build for the future.
When it comes to road construction, currently we are using waste plastic. We are incorporating waste plastic into bitumen to construct asphaltic roads. And what we do is we have two main methods. In one, we incorporate the plastic waste into bitumen. The other one, we coat the aggregates with the plastic waste before we add the bitumen to it. And we use that as a cover for our flexible roads or asphaltic roads. By so doing, we make our roads more durable, and they are able to withstand the devastating effects of climate change.
How soon should Ghanaians expect that this material you're talking about, plastic waste, is already a menace in the country? Now we are having another use which is positive. How soon should we expect this being used on our roads?
BRI has actually finished all laboratory work on the use of plastic waste in road construction, but we are looking for partners to be able to carry out this work on the field so that we can monitor its performance for some time. This project is not entirely new because some work has been done on it in India, and they have been using this since 2000. And some roads constructed in India using plastic waste have been performing very well for over 10 years now. So we can go ahead and have it once we have partners to work with us.
It is therefore imperative to integrate climate change into road asset management. The key is to prepare in advance of the events.
It's all about policy and planning. If we plan and then we ensure that our policies are being put in place, we should be able to do that. We should be able to achieve all that. We have done a lot of collaboration in terms of having the National Artisan Center here in BRI, training artisans about how to use pozzolana, for instance, in building infrastructure, using our bricks, highly fired and well-baked bricks, into putting up structures.
The Ministry of Roads and Highways, in collaboration with Polyroads West Africa, has piloted the application of polymeric chemical products in road construction in the country. The product, known to help improve the quality of roads, prolong their lifespan, and prevent potholes, was tested in the construction of the Kumasi-Odium bypass and the Ekumfi-Dunkwao road.
The polymer road piloted here in Odium, Kumasi, is one of the technologies available for Ghana to explore building road infrastructure in the future.
Chief Executive of Polyroads West Africa, Stephen Kofi Amponsa, says the use of the environmentally friendly technology reduces construction time, carries high traffic volumes, and contains high temperatures.
It's going to be over 30 years
and we will enjoy a smooth surface. It's not going to be uneven. When the rain comes, the road will be there. When the sun comes, the road will be there. When you have heavy machinery going over, the road will be there after that. We will not lose a single part of it. This road will be there. Your great-great-great-grandchildren will come and see these roads.
Ashanti Regional Director of Highways, Engineer Christian Inti, says the construction of roads in Ghana cannot continue to be business as usual.
We are now moving into a modified bitumen, where we add modifying agents like polymers, like chrome rubbers, where we'll increase the toughness of the bitumen to be able to withstand some of these pressures, and then be able to stand loading and also this environmental issue. So yes, we are in touch with them. We've even implemented some of those in some of our projects to be able to increase the capacity of our pavement to withstand some of these pressures.
Climate change has been predicted to have negative effects on the economy of sub-Saharan African countries. Ghana is no exception. Road investments must therefore take into consideration the need to enhance a climate-resilient infrastructure for the roads and bridges sector.
Substantial system disruption increases maintenance costs and interrupts the flow of goods and people, all of which has a substantial economic cost. This suggests that adequate climate-resilient maintenance should be a key priority as the country operationalizes the nationally determined contributions, which should be supported by climate finance.
With the signal we are getting from the government, from the policymakers, from the ministry, we think that it's possible. Once we get the right support, we'll be able to fashion out designs and incorporate the right materials into our road construction. That will help us to move into the new era where roads can stand for 30, 40 years after construction.
One thing remains obvious in the future construction of roads in Ghana. Simply ignoring climate change is surely not an option. Kofi Adu Domfeh reporting.